Too Many Hats podcast with your hosts with the most, Tony and Lavelle. Every morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We also have Queen Watkins with Clock That He. Tune in with us and have a great time. Let's talk about it right here. Too Many Hats podcast.
Afternoon, my good people. Welcome to the Two Men and Hat podcast show. It's your host with the most, Tony Mays, Lavelle Salter.
What it do?
What it do, my guy?
Man, we in the building, baby. One time, let's go.
Yeah.
Happy
man.
1 anniversary to you, baby.
Man, look, we got some folk that actually came. When I tell you, travel through the thunderstorms, the tornadoes, to be with us, all the way from Ohio, man. Y'all give it up for them, man. Give it up for my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law from driving all the way from Ohio.
One time.
Through the tornadoes. Yeah, man. Look, we got a good show for y'all this evening, man. I don't know if you got a chance to actually see our first single panel, but it was off the chain.
Yep.
And we actually had about 10, 12 people, but of course, you know, things happen. We understand.
It's all
the
good.
nature of the game. It's all good, right?
Yep.
All right, but we're going to move on anyway, right?
That's right.
So we got a power-packed show for you guys on this evening. And so we want to start off by introducing our single panel. These are the young ladies and young men that are going to be answering these questions that actually Monica Mays prepared for them.
Oh, Lord.
And I actually sent them the questions, and when I sent them the questions, it was a lot of thumbs up, like, oh my God, you know, a lot of smiling faces and thumbs up. So,
Yeah.
but the first thing we want to do is we want to actually get to know these people. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start with Monica first, Monica Ingram, and we're going to start with Monica first. Monica's to my left, to your right, probably, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. So. Monica, tell us a little bit about yourself. Give it a mic. Give it a mic.
I'm Monica Ingram. I am divorced,
Well.
happily divorced, single, satisfied, and sanctified. All right, but just a blessing to be alive, and I've been knowing the Mays family all my life at Lake Grove, our home church.
Okay then.
All right,
Okay then.
all right then. I'm at Brown Baptist with the same God over there, the same God over here,
Hello.
the same
What
God
you
where you
said?
all are.
What you said?
Amen. All right then.
Woo, this is gonna be a sanctified show.
Not really.
Wow.
Come on, Quintavios.
How y'all doing? My name is Cortavius,
AKA the boss.
Tavo the boss is what they call me. I'm single. I can't come behind her with the church and everything, but
He got his sexy voice on. That man hit us with his sexy voice. You trying to get a woman out the audience, ain't it?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I don't know what to tell you, but you know, I'm just me. You know.
All right. Appreciate your Tavo the boss. Come on, we're gonna say Mr. Peck for last. Come on, Miss Sparkle. Hey, let me tell y'all something about this young lady. She actually has a podcast called Spark the Conversation. I'm pretty sure she's gonna tell y'all about it, but it's an awesome show. If you ever get a chance to listen to it, make sure you listen to it.
Of course, I'm going to tell you about it. So I have my own podcast as well called Spark the Conversation. I am single. I've been knowing Tony for a while. We used to work at the city together, but just happy to be a part. They invited me to be a part of the single panel.
And last but not least, Mr. Damian Peck. You gonna flex your pecs for us?
My name is Damien, and basically I'm just a person just passionate about helping people in all aspects of life. I'm a life coach, mentor, and a mental health counselor. Don't look at those titles because I'm still a man under construction.
Hello, somebody.
And that what motivates me to help others is pushing hard every day to be the best version of myself so I can be effective in helping other people.
Okay then, Mr. Damian Peck.
Oh, and I just wrote my first book. It came out May 4th, The Defect, In the Mirror, Self-Reflect, Before You Connect. And it's all about just dating as a man and things that women
Uh-oh.
can take from that for as a man, detoxing himself, being fully healed, and the 6 most important aspects of a man that I feel like every man should have is visionary, teacher, provider, protector, cultivator.
Say it, Reverend.
Okay then.
I should have did better with my introduction.
All right. Hold on. Keep that mic. Keep that mic. What's the best or worst compliment you ever received from someone trying to get to know you?
Don't hop all at one time.
Any one of y'all can just jump on in there. What's the best or worst compliment you ever got?
Turn your mic on.
The best compliment I've gotten was, I love your gray hair. And when I gave them my actual age of 58, they couldn't believe it. And it's still like 10 years younger, so that's a great compliment. I don't look like my age. Because
Okay.
age is an arbitrary number anyway.
That's not great. That's silver. You a silver fox.
Nobody else? Worst? Great? Best or worst compliment?
I guess my best compliment, I'm a hard worker. You know, some of my work ethic. So I guess that's like my best compliment that I got. People can see.
Somebody told you was the best, or you telling yourself you the best one?
That's what they told me.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to make sure. Cause sometimes, you know, we just put our own self up on the pedal.
mean,
I
you
ain't
got-
nothing wrong with that. You know,
I mean, you're going
but-
to see the hustle. You're going to see the hustle. You know, women are, you know, they like to watch, so give them something to watch.
That Sparky, you a young lady. I know you be out there and them dudes be coming with some crazy stuff. What's the craziest or worst or best compliment you ever got?
Okay. I always get the same one the way I carry myself, cause I'm only 29, so I'll be 30 in June. Whew. But I always get the same one, like, yeah, June. I always get the same compliment, just how I carry myself to be so young. I am like an old soul anyway, so
Yes, Lord.
don't start. But yeah, that's like the ongoing.
All right. Miss Peg, you got anything? Worst? Best?
My best compliment was I'm too understanding. And I guess my worst compliment was I'm too straightforward. I have no filter.
They told me I was too cocky.
Did they ever tell any one of them tell you too short?
Now, some women like it short.
Oh, okay.
Hey, man, shout out to the short kings, man.
Don't y'all stop.
Hey, man, we might well do it right. We're gonna be in this storm.
Oh, where them fans at? Where them fans at? If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be and why?
I would change my attitude because I am Monica, but I have personalities, but I'm not bipolar. And there is Monica, Monique, and Monica.
Oh,
But the Monica, you really don't want to meet her. And she comes out, and when she comes out, she's like Damien said, a little raw. And I am very straightforward, and I don't back down too much. But I would I would watch Monica a little bit more. So I've gotten better with her, because I used to be a snap, crackle, and pop. But I've learned, and I will pop in a minute.
Snap, crackle,
So don't let my
and
looks
pop.
fool you. But I'm a good person, but that personality, Monica, she'll come out. And I mean, even though I love the Lord, I mean, I'm still a human being, and in the flesh, oh we.
All right.
Oh we.
Okay then. Mr. Cortavius, if you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be and why?
I would say I'm too nonchalant. I would say I might need to carry a little more. But I just see through the BS, or something might come my way, or you might be acting a certain way. I just brush it off, or you might try to mess up my peace. I might brush it off. So I might be a little too nonchalant. Maybe I should care a little more, I would say.
Okay. All right. Come on, Sparkle or Damien, one of y'all.
I'm with you. I'm with, is it Monica? I'm kind of too direct sometimes, so it's like I'm learning how to like pause and pull it back. But sometimes I'm just like a no, just get straightforward type of person. So
No
small
nonsense.
talk, just get to the point.
Woo, no small talk.
Straight shooter.
Yeah, it's a man gonna love you. Yeah. Come on, Damien.
It's my turn. Well, basically, to be honest, I don't mean to go to church right now, but I wouldn't change nothing about myself. Then I wouldn't say that God would be saying that God is not a perfect God. Because he created me in this image, and he instilled in me everything that I need to operate in this earth. And it is something that I don't like about myself. That's why he said, lean not on your own understanding.
Come on in,
So
preach,
I had to
bro.
go back and talk to him first. Like, all right, now I want to slap somebody, but hey, how I do this? All right, I want to say this, but how I do this? So the things that I don't like about myself is actually sometimes your pain is your gain if you get an understanding of why he instilled these things in you.
Come on in here, man.
Man, welcome to the Two Men that has sanctified single panel conversation today. Yeah. Do you consider yourself to be an introvert or an extrovert? Do you think that opposites attract?
Me anyway, eventually. I'm both. I'm actually like a very shy person, so I've actually gotten out of that. So I'm an introvert majority of the time because I'm the youngest in my family, so I'm used to being alone because all my brothers and sisters are older, like 40 years old. So I'm the youngest. Extrovert because my job that I do has forced me to be a people person. So now I've kind of grown into my own to talk and network and things like that. But I'm both. Sometimes opposites do attract. Sometimes people just opposite. So.
Hello.
I totally agree with Sparkle. Opposite do attract because I don't want someone who's boring. You know, I talk a lot anyway. I talked for 35 years on my job, so I need to be quiet sometimes. Let somebody else talk and I listen. So opposite does attract in my world. Yeah, it does. Introvert. I am a people person. I talk to a stranger. I sit there and talk to you like, oh, I like your shoes, and get to knowing you. And you're like, you've been knowing her a long time? No, but I am a people person. I am. But if I don't like you, it'll show that I don't like you because I won't say anything but hello.
I can agree with everybody up here. Opposites do attract. I am an extrovert, so I'm very outgoing. But I feel like opposite attract because sometimes you need a partner to kind of bring you out of your comfort zone, kind of get you to explore some things that you would never do or go around some places that you would never go. So I feel like opposite does attract, and I am an extrovert. I love people from everything I do. So
I'm a little bit of both, cause I don't feel like it's nothing wrong with being alone, as long as you know how to cope with being lonely. And I do think opposite attracts because sometimes we will look for people with similar qualities.
Yeah.
But if y'all are two in the same, somebody's not needed. So how y'all gonna balance each other out if both of you all are the same? So I feel like opposite do attract.
Yeah.
And it's necessary.
Okay. All right. Okay. What does love mean to you?
I go first.
Hey,
Since y'all
wait a
go.
minute. Don't give me the agape love, the Christian love. What does love mean? A man and a woman love.
they gonna get it to you straight. They gonna get it to you straight.
Yeah. I need some straight shooters.
I think that
Straight
love
shooters
is
behind
sacrifice, compromise,
You gonna get you a woman before you leave here.
and
bro.
discipline.
Hey, he coming hard in the paint. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, you gonna get you a woman.
I'm gonna have to walk away.
Sacrifice,
Before you leave
compromise, and discipline. And in order to have discipline, you got to get connected to the author love. That's going to show you
There
how
you
to
go.
love. Because connection is power, because we are selfish creatures. If we love it from a natural standpoint, we ain't finna tolerate a whole lot of stuff. But if we build that relationship with him and get connected to the author love, it's going to be some things that you're going to have to overlook. Because sometimes we be thinking the other person is the problem, but we actually the problem.
Yeah.
When you've been doing so much in your own selfish ways, that sometimes your toxic ways can feel right to you.
You got to work on the defect in the mirror.
Exactly. So I would say discipline, sacrifice,
Yes, sir.
and compromise.
Okay then.
I agree with Damien as well. Love is a verb. You can tell me you love me all day long, but if you don't let you show me, it don't mean buying me anything. Just show me your time, your loyalty, your conversation, communication also. So it's a verb, and yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it.
All right.
Yeah.
Y'all got some good answers.
You looking, why you so nervous? Answer the question.
Nah, I got my answer.
I agree. Love is respect, selfless, and you have to compromise, and you have to show it. So, yeah,
I guess it's my turn.
it is.
I agree with everybody up here, but one thing I want to add, the icing on the cake is love is when you are when the person you with makes you happy. Like you get the joy out of making
Oh,
them
baby, where you at?
happy.
Can you
So
make me
if you-
happy? Do you make me happy?
So if you get the joy of making your partner happy, that's what love is. You know, somebody that it not necessarily that this person is reciprocating the energy that you might just be like, I just love making this person happy. That's what makes me feel good. That's how you know you're in love, if you ask me.
Hey, that's big boss of you, boss.
Yes, sir. People listen to their surface. Only you can make me happy.
Yeah.
Hello,
big
somebody.
boss. All right, the last question before we clock that tea with our girl Queen Watkins is, what is your biggest dream? And this is all the getting to know you part. What is your biggest dream or aspiration?
Dang, y'all put me out there. So, if y'all didn't know, I am in information technology. I love tech. That's my job. That's what I do. So my biggest dream is to develop my own software. I have a goal of mine developing smart homes for affordable people. So you don't need a $500,000, $1 million house to have a smart home. So my objective inside my life is to create a software that can grow into any home to make your home smart. So as far as like locks, thermostat, lights, etc., you can all control that from the palm of your hand and it'll be super secure. So that's my goal.
Yep, that's good. That's good stuff. Can I build a house that you put the smart technology in?
We build it together.
All right.
You do the hardware, I do the software.
I might better revamp my dream.
Did you hear that? He said he'll do the software, you do the hardware. That was dope.
Yeah, that was dope, Lavelle.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, Lavelle. That was dope.
That means both of y'all gonna be working.
Yeah. I'm gonna expand my dream off his dream.
Ain't no I in team. Ain't no I in team.
All right. Anybody else? Dreams, aspirations?
I guess for me, it's to first of all continue to let God direct my path and where I'm supposed to go, because my direction may not be His direction for me, but it's to grow, spark the conversation more than what it is, and to continue to grow in the media field that I'm in. I do marketing and communication, so I want to keep that trajectory going wherever it may land me, and just continue to grow my podcast and what I'm doing, because it's a lot of work, but if I keep to it, it'll be where I want it to be.
Woo. Okay. Y'all got some good stuff. Y'all smart. You so smart.
I just wanted to say that my goal pretty much is to be with a person who's organic, keeping it real. You know, just no schedules, spontaneous. You know, just keeping it real, organic, and let's just have fun. I'm already at peace because I'm been single for a while. So don't disturb my peace. I want to serve your peace. Let's have fun together. Let's enjoy life, because life is lifing, and let's just enjoy it.
I like that dream, man. She took her dreams and aspirations and made it relational.
Yeah, since I was.
I love that.
Preacher man, talk to her.
Come on, Rabin.
My dream and aspiration, I could have started from the introduction because I tried some of everything.
You got 2
But,
minutes, Damon.
But it would be to operate in my purpose. I want to do everything that God created me to do on this earth. And every season that he allows me to be in, I want to be able to operate in this season as a winning season. So that's fulfilling my purpose for being here.
That's good stuff. Y'all get a single pound of round of applause, man. That is awesome. So y'all know what time it is, right? It's time to put them phones down, put them fingers up. It's time to clock that T with our girl, Queen Watkins.
I'm really scared right now. I don't know what I'm walking into right now. I'm really terrified.
Don't do too much. Good morning. Y'all know what time it is. Put them phones down, fingers up. It's time to clock that tea with your girl, Queen Watkins. Amazing time, but y'all know what time it is. It's time to clock that tea. So have y'all heard of the ghetto love story from out of Little Rock? Let's talk about it. So there's a couple. She found out that her husband was cheating on her, but instead of her telling him, she went and investigated. And she found the girl that he was cheating with, and she found also her baby father. So she decided to talk to the baby father on the other side and let him know, hey, your woman is cheating with my man, so why not let's get together?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's what she said. And they got together.
So, wait a minute, hold on.
Yes.
So the man was cheating with a woman. Wait a minute, and then his woman found out.
Yep,
Went found her man
that part.
and started cheating.
And did.
That ain't nothing but a hurt
What
relationship.
that's called what that stuff what's that stuff called?
Will Smith and them had. Will Smith and what's the name they had? What was called?
It's called
No.
Entanglement.
Well, you know we be swapping wives and what that stuff called?
Swingers.
Swinging.
Okay.
They just
Swingers.
But they weren't swinging.
But they weren't swinging because they
didn't know
went
at first.
together. They out there sneaking.
They
Okay.
didn't
I
It
right.
thought-
sounds like a hurt relationship.
So I thought it was called an entanglement.
That ain't no love, dog.
So he agreed, and he met up with her the next day. He said when he first saw her, she was showing all 36 of her teeth. And she was
36?
so-
She had 4
all
too many.
36. And she was so happy to see him. He said it was love at first sight. Now, mind you, this the other baby daddy with the other baby mama. So they decided, they're from Little Rock. They decided to come to Memphis on a little vacation. And there was a hat that he bought, and it had her name on it. So she decided to post it on social media. Now, when she posted it on social media, the other baby mama seen it. And she called old boy and told him, come home and get these kids right now, or you're gonna have an eviction notice when you get back. So he didn't come home. He was enjoying himself. He was having a good old time. So when he got home, he had an eviction notice. But the girlfriend on the side, she said that's okay. They moved in together now. She said she knew she was delusional because after day 3, she said she loved him. After day 20, they got a matching tattoo. And after day 30, and after day 30, they moved in together. She said everybody hating on her. She said we don't need to act like we don't do stuff like that. Everybody is hating on them because they are in love with each other. And she said that the other 2 people are unhappy with each other because it was just a one-night stand and they ended up falling in love. So she said, let them love each other. All right, y'all, that's all the tea that I have today. Make sure y'all tune in to 2 Men That Hats, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. sharp. Don't forget to stay tuned for your girl, Queen Watkins. Clock that tea.
Y'all give it up for my girl Queen Watkins with Clock D. Look, she always come up with some tea that leaves so many freaking questions. like, I don't really understand the whole, like, how in the world did she go and find, how did she find his man? I don't understand all of that.
I
A
guarantee
woman
you
can
with social
investigate.
media.
Now, don't let no woman investigate. We gonna find out. And she found out.
Look, if I gotta go through all of that, I don't need you. I'm just saying. So that's why I really appreciate being married. I've been married for over 32 years. I appreciate not having to be out here on this dating scene, because there's some crazy stuff going on. And I don't even know they was dating. It sounds like they might have been in good relationships. I don't know, but there was some crazy stuff, man. Thank you, Queen, for clocking that T. So let's get into part 2 with our single panel. We finna get interesting. We finna talk about dating in the 21st century. So there's a thing that's called the counterfeit culture. And the counterfeit culture is basically when somebody tries to talk to you, try to learn everything there is about you to try to become that person for you. But they're only trying to do it to get something from you or out of you. And I know y'all women will probably say there's a lot of men playing them kind of games. No, it's a lot of folk playing them games. So as it relates to the counterfeit culture and just knowing that this kind of culture is out there, how do you avoid this type of situation when dating? How would you handle the person or situation if it happened to you?
Honestly, you really can't avoid it. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. Like, they gonna come on your doorstep like anybody else. You know, it's your job to kind of look at that person, recognize that person, and kind of to make your decision. If you're gonna keep on playing in the water or you gonna let it go. So
It got to be some red flags though at some point.
I mean, I'm gonna give you a prime example. I got Preacher Man behind me, so I know he gonna relate to me. So
Yeah, man, crazy.
your devil gonna come as your best friend, right? Your devil gonna come as something that you like to try to take control of your life. Same as women, man, they gonna come in disguises, and it's your job to kind of figure out they wearing masks or they wearing it not, you know. And it come through experience, you know. Some people get their heart broke, some people get ran over, whatever the case might be, but it's all a learning experience. So it's really just on you, you know, to kind of recognize and kind of see what it is. And some people get hurt, some people get, take advantage of the whole nine. So, I mean, I can't say I feel sorry for them, because you gotta go through that. You gotta, what Queen was saying, some people be delusional, you know. Some people can't understand the reality that they in, like this person is using them, this person is doing X, Y, and Z to them, so it's just reality what it is. But me personally, I don't think you can avoid it. I think you're gonna run across every type of person in this world, but it's your job to figure out if you're gonna stay or you're gonna leave.
Interesting.
Bang.
I do agree with that as well. And also, you have to have some common sense, because you just never know what people have on their mind or their agenda. And you listen to them and you hear them all the time. You just have to have a little common sense. And then you also have to realize what you're going to tolerate and what you're not going to tolerate. Because people give you BS all the time. You know, you hear BS, and I guess you take a BSer, a bullshitter, to no one. I'm going to keep it out like that.
She said it.
But anyway, speak on my behalf, what I'm going to tolerate, what I'm not going to tolerate. If I'm talking to you for a while and I'm hearing your conversation and you just keep talking, but you're not doing, not bagging it up or whatever, I'm like, I'm going to let you call me and I won't answer. No, how about that? Or I just tell you, don't call me no more, don't text me no more. What's the song? Don't call me no more and don't text me no more.
So let me ask you this. Is that toleration, is that part of compromise for you, or?
If you give me the BS, there's no tolerate. I don't tolerate BS at all.
All right.
I don't. You know, I will give you a chance, but when you come to me with games, I ain't got time for games. The boys play houses and grown men build homes.
Whew.
Ooh, she dropped that nugget right there. Grown men be a home.
If you want. So let me just be perfectly clear with the single panel. If the question doesn't pertain to you or you don't have a perspective on it, you don't have to answer. If you want to answer it, let's get wild and wait, hold that sign up, so we can know that you want to answer that question. All right?
Get wild.
Tony had a question.
Oh, also, if you have a question in the audience, there is a mic right there that you can walk up to and ask your question to the single panel. There you go. That mic is on if you have a question.
Let's go, my dog. Go on, meet me front and center.
All right. Anybody else want to answer that question before that question comes? Come on, Damon.
No, I was asking how many chances is too many chances.
I say 2 for me. 2 times, man, ain't no strike 3. That's just me.
I'm saying, I thought it was strike 3 you out.
Nah, that's for the delusional people.
What's the song? You know, I guess if I allow it,
Fool me one
if I
time,
allow you
shame
to
on
do
you.
it to me once, shame on me.
Fool me
Shame
one
on
time,
you.
shame
Shame on you. But if I allowed you to do it to me twice, then that's shame on me. So I guess he's saying you don't get a third chance to do it to me. I guess.
Hey, though, but you know, some people are more forgiving than others. You know, you might want 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I see the good in this person. Go crazy.
But you ain't gonna be in the camera.
Anybody else want to answer that question? How many chances is too many chances?
Me personally, I'm 0 tolerant for the simple fact 30, 40, damn, we half 100. We ain't got time for no damn games.
That might stand on business,
Straight to the point. Tell your intentions, what the hell you looking for. And then we have requirements, and then we have expectations.
Yeah.
Requirements is the shit that you need up front, off top. And then anybody can play that game. It is a way to escape that shit.
Put your boots on the ground, Doc. Put your boots on the ground.
When they're willing to be inconvenienced for your convenience. See, they can do that shit when it feel good. But when when you really need them to step in,
Now, y'all done got the preacher mad.
what you gonna do then?
Well, I gotta take my jacket off, Doc.
Man, y'all done got the preacher mad.
Talk. Hey, preacher.
Because that's why half of us hurt, emotionally unstable. We see somebody good, but we fucked up from the last person.
Hey, talk your talk.
We gonna be bleeping this show. This show gonna be getting bleep. Bleep, 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 bleep.
Hey man, y'all, that's my type of conversation. So
Hey man, that's just.
Hey, he's still clocking that T, Doc.
Man, we got a lot of more questions to go. I just hate to see what his answer's gonna be going forward. Okay, all right.
Hey, I love it, man. I love the passion. I love the
Anybody else want to answer that question?
passion. They said do the wild thing, so what is it?
All right. How do you feel about, now, when dating, how do you prefer to meet the person and why? When dating, how do you prefer to meet a person and why? Come on, boss. Come on, boss.
Me personally, I prefer to meet somebody in person, in passing. You know, I don't want to be on the social media. I don't want to be on none of that. I'd rather approach a woman the traditional way, in person, and that's just what I prefer.
Same, in person.
Come on, Monica.
I'm old school. I like the old-fashioned way. You know, 21st century, you know, can't hardly find old school, but you know, I want to meet you on the phone, talk to you on the phone. We meet somewhere in public, because I don't know you. I need to go somewhere in public in case there is some riffraffs or whatever about you, or some uncertainty things that I don't know about you yet. So somewhere in public, but I believe in old school dating, holding hands, opening the doors, you know, what's the word, courting.
Yeah.
I'm that old, but that's the called respect. And if you don't respect yourself, anybody else gonna respect yourself.
Hello.
And as Kendrick Lamar says, I love myself too much not to be respected.
Let me ask y'all a question. Because I've heard a lot of women say, it just ain't no good men out here. It just ain't no good men out here. The good men are out here. They at the gas station.
You got one, don't worry.
They at
about
Walmart.
You ain't
They at
got
the
no
grocery store. They at all the places that they approach you and say, "How you doing today, ma'am?" And you say, "Get away from me!" Ugh.
100%.
When they walk up to you at the gas station and say, "Hey, how you doing, ma'am? Can I pump that gas for you? Napkin, please."
The question is, what do they consider good?
I'm on my way, bro.
I got too excited about that.
I got excited.
Okay. Why do y'all say, Monica, you can answer that one first, that there are no good men out here when there are clearly good men out here?
Well, I just want to say there are some good men. It's just the fact that a lot of women have stipulations. They're trying to look for tall, handsome, and good looking. And like Damon said earlier, he said he's small, he's short, he's small or whatever. But great packages come in small, big packages come in small sizes. So it's not about tall, handsome, and good looking, because you're looking over somebody, your blessing, and then the one you after is the one that's like going to be the whole ass nigga. Excuse my French, but you know,
Oh, hoe ass nigga.
this is for the grown and sexy.
Wait a minute.
This is for the grown and sexy.
Wait a minute. We're going to be bleeping this show for
Okay. Bottom line is, if you're looking for tall, handsome, and good looking, you know, he may come in short, dumpy, and fat. My mother-in-law, when I was married, she told me, she said, he's just as tall as you are when he's still on top of his wallet. Hint, hint. But anyway,
Damn.
don't be looking for first of all, I don't be looking anyway. I tell you this much. I was at Home Depot, the guy approached me, and he said, how you doing? We're on with that. He said, can I vibe with you? Vibe? I'm looking like, I didn't want to be stupid. I'm like, what is vibe? I didn't have time to Google it because he was in my face. I'm like, what does vibe mean? So I asked him, I said, I'm in the home, but I ain't been on a dating scene in a long time. What's vibe? He says, getting to know you better. Oh, okay. So
Just say that then.
exactly. Say what you mean what to say. But anyway, back to the question. It's some good men out here. Just people just trying to have stipulations on different people. You're looking for the wrong thing. Stop looking and let love find you. Let him come to you.
So I think what's happening is that, did y'all see the movie? What is it called? Was it called The List or something? The movie, or something like that, where the lady had Whoopi Goldberg was her mama, and she had formulated this list of what the ideal man should be. I don't think the movie was called The List, but in this movie, she had this list of what this ideal man was supposed to be, and he had to check off all of these boxes on this list. But when you look at what she had on the list, that's Jesus Jr.
Right.
You know, she was looking for the perfect man. In other words, so I heard it put this way one time. If you ask a woman, say, look, there's a building right here with 7 stories. On the first floor, you go in there, all the men on the first floor are just men that just nice guys, they have jobs, they do okay. So do you want the men on the first floor or you want to go to the second floor? Oh, I want to go to the second floor. They go to the second floor. These men on the second floor, they do good. They make $100,000. They know how to provide. Do you want that man or do you want the men on the third floor? Oh, I want the men on the third floor. Next, the third floor, they make $150,000. They take care of their providers. They good providers. They take care of I want the man on the fourth. In other words, they keep bypassing all these good men to eventually get to the 7th floor where that man don't even exist. So I'm not telling you not to have expectations as it relates to who you want or who you want to be with, but have some realistic expectations.
Right.
And I think that's kind of what Monica was saying too. Be realistic about what you're looking for and what you want. And don't try to, a lot of times we find a person and we try to make that person into who we want them to be instead of accepting who they are.
But then you also have to keep in mind that everybody that you meet is involved, and like Damien said, they're in their particular season, and you may meet them in their season where they get ready to transition, and then you walk past them and they become who you need to be at the time, but you don't switch up on them.
So when I met Monica a long time ago.
Old head.
When I met Monica, I was doing everything probably the wrong way. I was doing everything the wrong way. But what if Monica had to look at me and say, you don't check off the boxes on my list? We wouldn't even be 34 years later, we wouldn't be here.
And she didn't put up with your BS.
I ain't gonna say it was me. I mean,
that's what it is.
I made some mistakes.
Yeah, but it's a mistake.
And so, I mean, where does the grace come in at?
Right.
Where does the growth, when you allowing your mate to grow? And, okay, so what if the person is not growing? If the person is the same 10 years ago that you met them, they ain't evolved or changed or nothing, what did you do? You stay there and be miserable?
Dun,
Come on.
dun, dun.
Come on, Tavo.
How y'all doing?
I think we got a question too.
I think that what he's referring to dating is coming with a resume. Like, I feel like women expect you to be like, here go my resume, you decide who you want to talk to.
That's real talk though.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't think people understand that the feeling come first. You know, if you want to vibe with a person, like she said, if you're going to vibe with a person, you're going to meet a person. I feel like the feeling can come first. The checklist can come on down the line. You know, a person will never meet all your checklists, but you do have to understand there are priorities. And let's just use the word priorities, right? You have your priorities, then you have like the other stuff that you want to do, right? Let's get the priorities together first. Like, don't come with him with 100 checklists. Let's get the priority checklist. Oh, you have a job, you have a house, you have a car. Like, that's simple stuff. And you figure out the rest later.
So what you're talking about is getting to know somebody. So where does that fit into in the dating world nowadays? Getting to know somebody. Because it seems like there's no communication.
They come with the checklist first. They want you to put in a job application, further date you with the resume. She looks at it like, damn, you ain't got the job that I want you to have. I'm not going to talk to you. It is what it is.
Basically, what you're saying, people got high expectation but low preparation.
Come on, preacher, man. You know what to say.
If you presenting this resume just like on the job, they got all the benefits that I need. The problem is we presenting the resume, but we still got some issues in our own self. Okay, the person meets your requirements, but you got to realize that you got a funky attitude sometimes. You still got a mouth. You've been raped. You've been molested. You've been verbally abused. They still got to deal with your BS too.
Hey, talk your talk.
So
compromise. Gotta be some compromise.
And I'm glad you brought that up. I'm really glad you brought that up, Damon, because we are, everybody in this room probably has been in a situation where we've been around hurt people that hurt people.
Right.
Or we know of hurt people that hurt people. Why do we hop in a relationship? And then I'm gonna say this quick. I want y'all to answer
one
right
word
now.
for you.
But why do we hop in relationships when we ain't healed? When we ain't healed from the first relationship we was just in?
I'm gonna keep it a book.
Hold on. I don't want you to answer yet. I want you to think about that, marinate.
I don't got a thing.
I want you to marinate on that.
Trust
Because we got some questions.
What I finna say, I don't got a thing.
We got some questions. Come on with the question.
I kind of want to like piggyback on what you were saying, because I believe too, when it comes to dating, sometimes you meet the right person at the wrong time.
Yeah.
And I think in today's time where it's so much bullshit going on, excuse my French.
That ain't French. That's English, but come on.
I feel like in today's time, it's so much BS going on to the point people have just become cutthroat, and they got this thing to where I don't got no feelings. Where in the whole actuality, you just ain't learn how to deal with your feelings yourself.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people move on and talk to other people, assuming that I get in this relationship with this person, they can help fix me, or they can help heal me. And in most cases, like you said, hurt people hurt people.
Yeah.
You come out the situation more damaged than you was coming into it.
Yep.
Wow.
So,
Yep.
but my question is, we doing all this talking. How long y'all wait to have sex?
Whoa, brother.
Oh, he giving it to my question. Oh,
I mean, y'all doing all this talking.
wait a minute.
I'm gonna let the women talk.
Hold up. Tay-Bo, hold up.
But let me get
Hold up, boss. You dipping into my questions. We're going to get to that question, so we ain't going to
You
answer
want me to
that.
answer the first question?
Now, we're going to go back to my original question.
I
just
got you.
Yeah.
My answer to your question is what our community run from when I say our community, the black community, is therapy. Like, people think seeking out for help and getting therapy is just the worst thing in the world. You don't want to talk to a stranger about your problems, whatever the case may be. But let's put it in perspective, right? You go to the doctor, right? You get a checkup, right? You talk to a stranger about what your sickness is. Somebody got to check you in. What's the difference with somebody talking about your mental health? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like our community run from the therapy sessions that they need to get to heal and try to grow. So that's my answer.
All right, Brene, come on, answer that question.
Well, I'm gonna start with this. First and foremost, a lot of people don't realize that they need to be healed.
Yep.
Like, people don't understand that they going through things or they dealing with things that they have not dealt with. So they jump into relationships and it's like, okay, this gonna be like this gonna be like this. And like he said, you see the flaws in somebody else, but you don't see your flaws. It's a lot of self-evaluating that has to take place before you in a relationship, period.
Right.
Yep.
So if, like, I mean, it could be simple as grief. It could be as simple as, childhood trauma, because a lot of people have trauma that they have no clue is trauma, never looked at it as trauma, but it's actually trauma. And those things we carry for years and years and years, and then we adults, I ain't 50 yet.
And we project it off on other people. Yeah.
So it's basically realizing that you actually have things to deal with before going into something.
Wow. Anybody else want to answer that question before we move on?
We missed the sex question, didn't we?
I got that on my list to ask. I'm going to ask that question, but I got other questions before we get to the sex part.
I'm ready for that question.
Y'all ready to get to that sex? Come on, we got one question in the audience.
Can I ask my question?
Yes, ma'am. Come on.
Okay, so I was listening to you all, and let me see. So I stayed married 9 years to a minister. Let me just start right there.
Uh-oh.
Okay? So I was who I was when I met him. And a lot of people used to say, you still gonna go to the club, your husband minister? I said, I was doing this when I met him. God called him. At that point, he hadn't called me.
Right.
So, you understood. So
Right.
I got myself together, stayed
Right.
together 9 years. Would have stayed together longer than that, but he decided to stray away. So somebody says, how many times do you forgive? Okay, so I forgave him. You went down the sidewalk, 4 doors down, you got somebody pregnant.
Lord.
Now you can't
my
pay our
God.
bills. You got to pay for another baby.
You didn't pay for the baby.
So I gotta deal with this, right? Okay, I'm dealing with you with these 9, 10 months. You don't love me no more like you used to. You can't forgive yourself. So you gotta first forgive yourself for what you've done. Then maybe I could get back to where we were. So it was a no deal. I went ahead and had to get them papers 3 or 4 times, kept throwing them away. I don't want no divorce, kept throwing them away. Well, yeah, you gonna get one because you had a good woman. I thought you was a good man.
Right.
I waited, gave you time, 9 months, talked to the lady, baby, all that is over. So I've been divorced since 1988. How about that? So here's the thing. You meet men who are not serious. It's not a list. I don't have a list.
Right.
The only thing I always say is this. I talk a lot. The last man I was with talked more than me.
Damn.
I don't want nobody to talk more than me.
You supposed to hit that sound effect. Damn.
So I decided, here's what I'm gonna do. I mean, I met somebody yesterday. How do you trust?
You met somebody today?
Yesterday.
Oh, okay then. Come on in here then.
Not that I'm with that person. I'm just like, hey, how you doing? Fine. How you doing? Are you with somebody? No.
But it started
I
off
didn't
as a
ask- I didn't
casual
ask the same-
conversation.
I didn't ask him, was he with nobody?
Right.
Because made it my own mind. Yeah, you with somebody. You know, I ain't asked.
Right.
The thing is, the approach. How do you accept the approach? Well, let me get your phone number. I don't know if I want to get your phone number.
Is your question is somebody that's with somebody trying to talk to you? How do you respond?
Oh, I know how to respond.
So what's the actual question?
The actual question is like somebody said, you meet somebody in the grocery store. Okay, they walk up to you. I can't remember which one y'all said.
Yeah, I mentioned it. Yeah.
You meet them in the grocery store. They shopping. That's a good man, maybe. It may not be. He may be picking up food for the house, not his house.
Right.
Oh, Lord.
He might be.
But how do you know if you don't talk to him? How do you know he a good man or not a good man?
I don't. So I'm trying to figure out what y'all gonna tell me about that. Y'all got to tell me how I'm going to be able to know that this person is okay.
Through
I got you.
Okay. Hold on, let me give something, then you get. So, first of all, you got to acknowledge, first of all, that person is trying to have a conversation with you, a grown folk conversation. And conversation goes both ways. So if I walk up to you and say, well, hello, ma'am, how are you doing today? And you look at me and roll your eyes, that's not a conversation.
I said,
First,
no,
let me finish.
She said she talked too much.
So if you roll your eyes at me, one or two things gonna happen with me. I'm gonna say, she don't want to be bothered. I'm gone. Or I'm gonna say, oh, you know, okay then, good meeting you, whatever, and I'm gonna go. Still gonna go about my business. But if you say, oh, hello, how you doing? Okay, now the door has been opened a little bit, and I might say, hey, my name is Tony. You are. You might tell me your name. What you know? So it starts with a conversation. But if you never have the conversation, right? And like Craig got up there and said, sometimes you can meet the right person at the wrong time.
Yep.
You in the grocery store shopping, and we just using the grocery store because you mentioned the grocery store. You in the grocery store, you done just lost a family member. You trying to get some stuff for the repast, and it's man. You see what I'm saying? That ain't on your mind talking to nobody. You don't want to talk to nobody. So. But then you might run into that same person again a month later, and you in a better state of frame of mind where you might indulge in the conversation. So you have to be willing, first of all, to at least hear what a person has to say.
Okay.
Now come on, Bob.
Let me say something real quick. This is one of my mottos that I came up with a long time ago. When you buy precious stuff that's fragile, on the box it has content in it, but on the box it lets you know that it's fragile and handled with care. Everyone that we see has their box on, you just don't realize it. And you got to handle them with care, especially with this world we're living in. You can say something wrong to somebody and they literally shoot you. We don't saw it happen. Yeah. So you got to be careful when you approach people, how you approach them. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Praise him.
Boss, you want to answer that question? Boss?
You had something to say, boss?
You said you had something to say?
I did, but Tony, you took it away.
Okay.
So,
Okay, cool.
You put the icing on the cake for me.
Bet. We got another question. Come on, honey. You look beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
Praise him.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody.
Afternoon.
I have a question. Newly widowed.
Okay.
Was married for 37 years. Wow. Never thought I would find myself back out here in the dating game.
Whew. I'm praying with you.
Jesus Christ.
My question to the single people is, how do you go about getting back out there? I'm not into the social media thing. If you want to meet somebody.
Ooh. There might be some game though. You might need to go and give an essay, essay.
Come on, boss.
How you doing? I'm Chris Davis. Nice to meet you. 31 years old. So.
Oh, damn, okay.
Sound like you're trying to shoot your shot. Wait a minute.
I just want to say this.
Light skin still in.
Bruh, chill. Okay. Now I just want to say this for real though. Like, it's gonna take you to be brave. Just to be honest with you, you gotta get outside your comfort zone. It's not the best thing. It's not the fun thing. It's not something that you see yourself doing, but you just have to do it.
Yeah.
Make the initiative. You know, if you put yourself in a position like Home Depot, grocery store, or if you just want to go to a speakeasy, if you want to go to a paint and sip, if you want to go to a place that's doing live band or something like that, like you just gotta put yourself out there and just know that this pool out here is a little dirty. It ain't how it was back in the day. I'm just speaking like I'm older, but I got an old soul. So
The pool is dirty.
I'm just keeping it real.
Ain't no chlorine in it.
So you just gotta understand, like, men don't approach women like they used to. You know,
Yeah,
a lot of
sure is
men
dead
approach
out, man.
women like as a benefit. Like, oh, I got this money, I'm this, I'm that. Like, you got the status. That's how most men approach women, with a status. So you gotta understand, like, that's something you may have to look past. Or is that something you may have to just see, like, okay, this might what he might be used to. I'm gonna let him know I got my own, I got my own thing. So I just take a little brave. That's what I want to say.
That's good. It's good info.
I got it.
Come on, Monica.
I just wanted to say, you really have to pray. I mean, it sounds cliche, but you pray and you ask the Lord to guide you, because like you just said, it's so much out here in the 21st century. There's so much going on. But if you just pray and ask God and just have him to lead you and guide you, because me personally, I don't go looking for a guy.
Right.
They tend to find me, and when I think I'm looking cute, I don't see anybody. But when I'm looking my worst, and I'm looking like really
That's the
my
best time
worst,
right there, though. That's the best
I'm
time.
looking like,
I was finna say
yes,
that.
yes.
Like men, literally, we want to see you when you looking down, cause we know if you looking good when you down, we know you can dress it up. But this is the part that get us right here. We meet you. You got 18, 25 inches, 30 inches, right? You got your lashes on, your makeup, your heels. Then you get home. Then we see you behind the clothes, though. The wig come off.
Eyelashes.
Your eyelashes come off.
The fingernails.
Bang, you done pop 3 nails off, and you looking like a booger bear, and we like,
Another booger bear.
that ain't what we signed up for.
Dang.
So we like to see y'all, not toe down, but we like to see y'all in y'all natural element, so to speak. Because if we can visualize y'all, if we can see y'all natural element, we can visualize what you're gonna look like dressed up. So take it for what it's worth. Go ahead, DeVale. I don't know why you waving that fan.
No, I was just gonna say, sometimes I'm serious, sometimes I'm serious. But my father went through that over 30 years ago, and what I saw him do is he let himself be vulnerable, and just let his guard down. Because I think sometimes because because grief doesn't have an expiration date, so you in about 3 different stages at the same time. So you grieving, you're lonely, all that going on at the same time. But somewhere you're gonna have to let your guard down. You know what I mean? But it's, at the same time be protective, because you don't want to move too fast. So it's like you in 4 or 5 different seasons at the same time. But like they say, you got to pray and get closer to God, so you can have a open heart and open mind to be able to receive whoever's going to come through that door. Yeah.
Good stuff, LaVelle.
Thank you, guys.
You actually be serious sometime, huh?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes.
Yeah. All right, so let's jump on to these questions. This is one y'all been waiting on. well, no, I don't want to do that. Because we just kind of talked about, and I think she made a very valid point about, like, not being on social media and all that. But believe it or not, it's a lot of people actually meet now through online dating, through social media and online dating platforms. How do you guys feel about online dating? Is it something that you would do if given the opportunity?
No.
Okay.
People be catfish.
Man.
Fake pages, all that. No. I need to know who I'm talking to. I can't do it.
Mm-mm.
These folks be crazy. You be think, and they even do it with children. You think you talking to one person, you meet them, they a totally different person. No.
It is slick though.
Yeah, that
I'm too
catfish is
cautious.
something
I'm
else.
too cautious of my safety, things of that nature. I need to know who you are. So no.
So
Even hold on, let me say this. Sometimes it's people that you've actually seen in real life that comes to your inbox and they like, oh, I don't even respect it because you saw me. Say something in person. What you on the internet say?
what if it wasn't the right opportunity though
You
at that
said what?
time? So I caught you at a time where it wasn't the right opportunity, but then I couldn't say nothing or wasn't in a place, or you weren't in a place for me to say something to you. And then I caught you later, hit you slid in that DM. Now, what you gonna do?
Down in the DM.
You see what I'm saying?
I see what you saying.
She ain't got nothing to say.
She ain't got nothing to say. Okay, all right.
The thing is, I really don't open them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of women don't even open those messages.
Yeah.
Honestly, like
Yeah.
we see it and we don't see it.
Yeah,
It's so many
my
of it
wife
coming-
get them and she better not open them.
Oh Lord.
It's so many of them coming through, like it's a ton of y'all. Like,
Shut it down
no.
in the DM.
And she better block them. As soon as they put it in, she better hit that block button. Block. Anywho, so none of y'all are interested in online dating, period.
I mean, personally, I'm not, but if that's your preference, then I don't judge. How you meet people is how you meet people. So that's not my area to say.
Man, shout out to the bartender. Y'all make sure y'all tip the bartender, man. The bartender is making sure she running these drinks to the stage. Or like, man, don't y'all get Tavo, the boss, now another drink.
Chill out.
Now another. All right, so
Straight up.
we ain't into online dating. What are the key, and this is an important question, what are the key characteristics you look for when dating?
He ain't talking to me.
Dang.
Oh,
You talking about preacher man? Preacher man want a God-fearing woman.
Don't do too much on it.
Everybody should want that.
That part.
I would just say keeping it organic, again, organic. Just, I don't want things by script. I don't want you to come to me with the same old, because I'm going to get bored. And just keeping it organic. I just like, again, I always say I'm a spontaneous person. So,
So what about morals and values? Like,
I mean, that's cool. I mean,
that's cool. It better be at the top of your list. They better have some morals and values.
Well, that is true. I mean, I do have all that, but I'm 58 years old, so I'm at the part.
You
of
don't
my
care
life-
about morals and values no more.
I do care about.
You trying to get to that sex question, ain't you, Monica?
No, I'm
No,
not.
I think what she's saying though is
No.
at a certain age, some stuff should be understood, right?
Right. I mean, at my
Right.
age, like it was mentioned before, I don't have time. I mean, I don't have time to babysit and I don't have time to train. Now, at my age, we already know what's to be expected and what isn't to be expected. We already know right from wrong. If you're gonna come to me with some BS, I'm just saying, I can tell in my world, I can tell when somebody's really pulling my leg or just talking crap. Because I'm a talker. I got paid for 35 years to talk. So I know. And I'm a people person too. So if you come at me with some BS, I'm looking like, So yeah, moral and respect, all that's great. but
Okay.
Game recognized game.
What do you consider BS?
lies, cheats.
How do you know if I'm lying? If I come to you and we're having a conversation, how do you know I'm lying? If I'm saying, hey, Monica,
If I call you out on it,
what you mean you call me out on it? Like you know I'm lying?
some people can't lie to
You caught me in a lie?
That's a good
They
answer.
get the stutter.
I need some help.
Monica.
I'm just asking the question because I don't want to hear, because if somebody say, you just with the BS, what's the BS? I need to know what the BS is, because it could be something that I'm doing that I'm not really consciously aware of. Sometimes we do stuff, what Renee said earlier. You got your own flaws and stuff, and you trying to judge other folks' flaws, and you not realizing you're not looking at that beam in your own eye.
Can I say this? A lot of times, folks be, hey, we can't say the actual word. We got to say BS.
Go on, do you, Renee? Do you, girl? Do you, girl?
You will feel better. You will feel better.
Sometimes folks be bullshitting and you don't know they bullshit.
Yeah, that's true.
People will run a game on you and you will believe that shit. Because it appears to be true. Some people are so good at what they do. They are cons.
They are artists in bullshit.
They're
They pro counterfeit culture.
They have, they present themselves as what they want you to believe them to be.
Yeah.
So
They
my
bullshitting off
thing
the top.
is, you ain't gonna always know when somebody bullshitting you right off the top. To be like, oh, you bullshit me. Nah, by the time you been fell in love, a motherfucker been bullshitting you the whole time.
Whoa! Boy, we gonna be.
Tasha, don't give me no another drink. 'Cause I'm about to turn up in this motherfucker. For real, but it's the truth though. People are real life cons.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So my thing is, going back to your question, which was what characteristics you looking
Yeah.
for. Okay, if I know you a father, I need to know what type of father you are. If I know you working, I need to know what type of work ethics you have. Like, are you a real go-getter? Like, are you really getting your money, or are you just doing this because I know, and this goes to knowing what you bring to the table. When you know what you bring to the table, you want to know what they can bring too. All that I am the table, now that bullshit, now. I need to know what you bring to the table. I'm just being real. So that type of stuff matters. It ain't no, I'm gonna be spontaneous regardless, but I'm gonna make sure I'm
We're
spontaneous
gonna
to
need
the
an
right
altar prayer
motherfucker.
after this.
Man, I love the authenticity, man. Keep it real. Keep it real.
Come on, Damien.
Now, to pick it back off what she was saying about people can act, people can act, but the problem is we do everything backwards. We have sex first, then get emotionally tangled, then we realize they are fool. We don't wait long enough to see if they act.
Don't put sex in this.
We move too fast.
Don't put
That's the
sex in
problem.
this.
Don't make your move too soon.
You can't put sex in this, man.
No, a person
No,
know
that's real, though.
a person know your dick size or before they know you.
You can't put sex in this, dog.
You can't put sex in it.
No,
That's the truth.
not for me.
That's your personal opinion, though.
No, I'm not saying that, but come on, man.
No.
You can't, cause you got it doesn't mean,
No, literally though, that
What's the question?
what he said is a very true statement.
Hello, Craig got some. Craig got some.
Yeah, hold on. If Craig gotta go to that mic, he gonna say something. First of all, hold up.
Y'all ain't tall about it.
If you leading with sex, where you gonna go if you lead with sex?
Right.
It's a lot of places.
No. If you're leading with sex,
You go to the bed, the
a
bathroom,
lot
the
of
car,
times that's just what it is.
living room.
When you lead with sex, it's just what it is. It's a sex thing, and for most men, that's what it is. Women, I say this all the time. Women are emotional creatures. Women act on emotion, and if you around here sleeping with men and you getting emotionally attached and you don't know jack diddly squat about him, don't be surprised when you find out he got 6 baby mamas, 3 ex-wives. Don't be because you love with sex. So we gotta get to know. We gotta get back to what Lavelle and I always talked about, the communication piece.
Yep.
Where you sit down, you get to know a person, you talk, you figure out things about them by talking, and you don't lead with sex, which is my next question. How do you feel about sex on the first date, or when is sex appropriate to have when dating? You can answer that other question first, then you can answer that question.
Hold on,
Spark had a comment.
Asking the question about the characteristics.
Yeah.
So after we
Come on, that's why I said you can answer that one first.
I think characteristics is, respectful communication and trustworthiness, which is built over time. Like, you don't trust nobody right off the bat when you
Right.
first meet them. How can you don't know them? And they don't know you. So everybody got their guard up. I wanted to touch on what Lavelle said about the lady who's, just a widow. You communicate that at the beginning. Like, you meet someone, you let them know, hey, I'm a widow. I'm kind of grieving right now. I'm not, you communicate that at the beginning so you all both know what's expected or where you are in the place in your life. Either they can ride with it or they can be like, well, I'm going to let you heal, or we can be whatever that is. But that's where communication comes in. I think there's a lot of things that happen. People don't communicate and they just assume everything is everything when you need to communicate where you are in your life, where they are in their life, and then both of y'all can maybe progress together.
Right. My question to you too is, like, where are you? Because if you're still in the grieving process, like dating for you right now, it's not good. Because you're gonna carry that grieving over into that relationship.
I play devil's advocate on that. I can't. You got to move on with life, though.
Yeah, but if you grieving and
grief don't have no expiration date.
I understand that. But you got to go. You got to make sure you straight before you jump into a relationship.
Right. And can I add?
37 years. You don't get over 37 years overnight.
That's true.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And even with it, like you say, yeah, you're gonna always be grieving, but if you're still in that emotional space of grieving and still trying to actually accept what has happened, man, you'll find yourself falling for some shit. You'll be in love with the first motherfucker you meet.
You said that like you mentioned.
Yeah.
I done been there before.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. So you don't want to, and that's going back to healing before you get involved in stuff.
And that's what I was saying.
Grief play a big part in making emotional decisions and mistakes that you can't come back from.
Yep.
So then you find yourself grieving, then you find yourself hurt. So now you grieving and you hurt, and you just told the fuck up.
Right.
From the
You
floor.
see what I'm saying? I'm just,
Yeah.
I'm just
she's
being
speaking.
honest.
That's real talk.
What's your question?
That's real talk. You can't if you haven't fully healed, if fully, and I'm not saying fully healed, but like from the emotional aspects of that, you taking it right into a new relationship, and there are such things as triggers.
Yeah. I agree with that.
It can be something that person does that your husband used to do just like that. It's gonna set you off or set you back 6 months in the relationship. And he's sitting there saying, what did I do? I ain't did nothing but try to love you, baby.
He don't know nothing.
He don't know nothing. He don't understand.
Okay, let me speak for myself. Being married for 37 years and losing my husband, and it's been over a year. I will always grieve him. I will grieve him until I die.
Right.
I am still a young woman.
Right.
So I'm at that place to where, hey, I may not be ready to just seriously date, but hey, go out for dinner, go to a movie, have a conversation. Yes, I'm ready for that.
But that should be up front, noted and communicated up front. That should be communicated up front. It's like, I'm not looking for nothing. I'm just kind of having fun, just kind of going through life now. So, and I think too, when dating, and they can, y'all, if I'm wrong, y'all can jump in. But if you're dating and you know you're not looking for anything serious, communicate that up front.
One time.
Tell somebody, say, look, what I'm trying to do right now is just have some fun. If you down with having fun, I'm down with having fun. Let's have some fun. But if if Sparker tells me, well, Tony, I'm looking for a serious relationship, I need, and I know I ain't just because I like Spark, I want to get with Spark, I'm not going to try to use that situation to try to get close to her to get what I want from her. No, go on. These are the games that we're talking about people play. When they know you serious about being in a serious relationship and they know they just out to have fun like the boss. And if you just trying to have fun, tell somebody that. That's what it is. It's some people out here, y'all, that just want to have fun. She just said, I just want to date. I ain't looking for nothing serious right now. I just want to date. So, come on, Monica.
I just want to reiterate the fact you being bereaved and everything. I just want to make sure make sure you don't judge the person you meet as your husband. Don't make him
Don't compare.
Don't compare. Thank
Yeah.
you. Don't compare.
Yeah.
Make sure you over that part. And if like, well, my husband used to do this and would do that.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear that. No.
Definitely.
No offense, but just make sure you over that point where you don't make him feel less than a man because of what your husband did, or vice versa.
All right. Now, what about this sex on the first date?
No, we got 2 questions, Tony. We got 2 questions.
Come on.
Okay. So, yeah, I already know. My question was similar to what he's about to ask. So, pretty much we're in a time where morals are almost non-existent. So, with that being said, if you meet somebody and you have sex on the first date, one night stand, whatever it is, do you think that you would be able to take that person serious and date them after that? Or is this just something you just like?
I don't even date.
I can speak for myself.
I don't even date, and I think if we grown folk in here, right?
Yeah,
We all grown, right? Sometimes sex is a vibe. Like Monk said, I don't know what the vibe is, but sometimes having sex with somebody is just a vibe. Like you vibe with somebody, it's a chemistry thing. Chemistry going on in sex. So I wouldn't necessarily, even if I was off the market and dating, on the market and dating, I wouldn't even like. That wouldn't be a thing for me, like a time period for sex. Like if the woman wasn't ready, it wouldn't be something I'd be pushing. But it wouldn't be like I walking into a relationship saying, okay, I got 3 months and 6 days before I can have sex with this woman. No, I'm just saying, like, if it organically happens, it happens.
But also you have to be careful because it's a spiritual bond that you're having. And because a lot of times...
Let's keep it a buck.
Hold on, wait a minute.
We're in a time of no morals.
Hold on, I know that. But what you have to keep in mind, if you spread yourself thin, you're going to get shit thin.
Yeah.
You don't lay down with 8, 9, 10, 15 folks, them spirits. And now you don't lay down with her, you don't lay down with all 10 of them.
Well, I hope you ain't having chemistry with 10 folk, but...
you could have. That's why you messed up shit.
I hope you ain't.
I think that is...
I'm just saying, like, you shouldn't really put, like, a time limit on sex. I mean, because if you ain't feeling sex, don't have sex.
Don't force it. Let it
Yeah, if it's not happening organically, then, you shouldn't be doing it anyway. And in terms of the one-night stand thing, I think you can have, it ain't a one-night stand if I see you again, right? If we have sex on the first night and I see you tomorrow and the next day, is that a one-night stand?
No, you standing up and then again.
I mean, we started this, so.
I mean, it's technically it's not a one-night. A one-night stand is me hitting it, and leaving you on red.
Now, his question was, if you have sex on the first night, how can you go from there? That's what his question was.
Yeah, and you can.
For sure.
Yeah, I guess you can.
I know some people married from having one-night stands.
Yeah.
So-called one-night stands.
Well,
not me.
Let's not say one night
not
stand.
Me, baby.
Let's say sex on the first night. Right. Yeah. Let's put the one night stand. First night. Yeah.
It's the same damn thing. What the
hell? So I don't really like the one-night stand thing. I just said that's why I said sex on the first date.
One night stand is I don't know your name, I don't know who you are. We just met, have sex, and that's it. That's a one night stand.
Okay,
like sex on the first night is like having a first date.
Either way it go, I'm gonna stand up in it. Either night, I'm gonna stand up in it.
Hey, whatever floats your boat, my boy. Whatever floats your boat.
So Tavo believes in sex on the first date.
Now hold on, pause, brother. Pause, brother. let me speak for myself. So it's nothing. I believe in it, of course. There's nothing wrong with it. So it is some cases where you, like she said, you might just vibe with a person and y'all have sex on the first day, and after that y'all can't get rid of each other. You know what I'm saying? I still believe in love at first sight, even if it's something that you meet physical, where y'all having sex on the first night, or you meet somebody and y'all connect mentally. So that's just my belief. Y'all believe how y'all want to believe, but I believe it's on both sides of the ball.
Anybody else love on first date? I mean, sex on the first date?
Boning.
I just want to say it has happened to me. Sex on the first date, and we married. We were married for 12 years. My baby daddy. I mean, and his name was Tyrone.
That thing was good. You had a baby on the first night?
The first time.
Damn.
You got pregnant on the first day?
No.
May the Lord watch between me and thee. While we are absent one from another. This we ask. In your baby mama name.
Hold up, Monica.
I did not.
You had sex on the first date.
We had sex on the first day.
You didn't get pregnant?
Yes. I didn't get pregnant.
Oh, okay.
I said, he's my baby daddy, and he's also my
he's
my ex-husband.
It almost sounded like that.
Damn.
You got pregnant on the first date, like bam.
So he came back. He came back to Marvel. He came back to
So
Marvel.
my point is, okay, maybe I shouldn't have, but you know, we were feeling each other, and we did it. Okay, so what? We did it. We grown.
Yeah, we grown.
Okay, so we ended up having a marriage. We had a marriage. We had a baby.
Did y'all get married because of the baby?
No, we waited 3 years. We had time for ourselves, and then we planned for our child. And then his name was Tyrone. You better call Tyrone. But and on the flip side of that, I don't now because you know I want more to it. That's what's wrong with me now. I'm single now. There are men at me, but I have morals and respect for myself. I mean, yes, sex is involved. Yes, I do want it, but you know I also want more. I'm doing no. I got a question.
Come on, wait a minute. Let me see if your husband gonna. I'm gonna look at him while you ask the question.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna look at what your husband while you ask the question.
So if you have sex on the first night, that means that they don't have morals?
No.
I'm
yes.
Because you said you care about your morals and things. So if that
That's true.
happen,
And
you don't have morals?
And it sounds like I'm contradicting myself, but you know, I rode the fence both sides of it. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. You know. So right. Exactly. Right. So I mean, yeah.
Craig at the front door.
He said, throw that motherfucker back.
All right. You got another question? You got another question?
That was a two-part question. This is the second part of it. So, say y'all do be in a relationship. Can you stay in a relationship with somebody that the sex is bad with?
Woo! I'm going to answer that.
That's when you supposed to say that thing. Damn!
What defines bad sex?
Okay.
Perfect job, whatever.
All right, listen. All right. So, if you have tried everything, like teaching, you might want to get some toys, y'all might want to get kinky, whatever the case may be, and that connection's still not there, I'm going to have to roll.
Ain't no connection.
I'm with you on that one, boss.
That's it.
But, hey, she love you hard, though, Tabo. She love you hard. She cooks, she clean, everything.
He gonna cheat.
But the sex is bad.
Yeah, he gonna cheat.
No, I'm not gonna cheat. I feel like every woman can cook a meal. Goddamn.
That's not true.
Hey, listen.
Nope.
Hey, listen. Let me talk. I feel like every woman can cook something.
Nope.
You can boil some noodles, or you can fry some chicken. Goddamn it.
Nope. No, it's not cooking.
You can do something. Hey, Tony, I'm gonna keep it a buck though. I'm gonna keep it a buck though. She can have everything, bro. But if it's like we have done everything in the world to try to get this thing right, and it's still not right, that's gonna be tough, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna lead to issues further down the line, I think.
Like, cause I don't want to cheat. You feel me? Like I want us to do our thing, and I want to be only for you. But damn, fuck,
That man crazy.
I need that.
Man, okay.
That's where coming in and being everything that your mate needs you to be. That's where that comes in. Shit. You crazy because wherever you lack, and if it's a desire for that person, they're going to seek that shit somewhere else.
That part.
So you can't lack in areas that your partner desire to have this type of
Yeah.
excitement, or
Yeah.
you have. Man, look, you need to fit every shoe.
I agree with you, Renee. Cause
You gotta fit every shoe.
if you got a woman,
I ain't eating no
that's
ass.
now hold up, boss, hold up.
That's it.
Boss, hold up.
Since you want to fit every shoe,
Hold up, boss.
That ain't got nothing to do with no ass eating.
Hold up.
Man, if you fuck me good, you ain't gotta eat my ass.
Oh,
What you talking about? I'm not talking about.
Hold up, Renee.
This man crazy.
So,
I can't deal with tape.
so if, hold on.
You talking about ass eating? No, nobody said nothing about no ass eating. Let me find out you eating ass, tape out. Anyway.
Woo, Lord Jesus, help today, Lord.
Hey,
Hold up.
they got us on this panel.
So, hold up. I should have set you out next week. Take their mic, Mona. Take their mic.
Can I get another drink, please?
So, Renee.
What's up?
I agree with what you're saying, because if in fact that, let's say you have a woman or man who is highly sexual, and you're very lackluster in that area, it ain't gonna work.
Hold on. It can work if you're open to growing in that area. If you ain't open to growing and you just, nah, I don't do that, I can't do that, somebody else finna be doing it, period. You have to be open to doing it. Now, if that ain't your ball, you need to get your ass off the court. I'm just saying, that ain't for you. You need to find somebody that's your speed.
Yeah.
If you don't like all that freaky stuff, you need to go find you a basic ass man or a basic woman. But if you got a real deal freak, you don't have to come with it. It's that simple.
So,
Okay. What is your perspective on dating not so attractive person?
hold up. Let me help y'all with that. Early on, I told you I was married 9 years. Right? Didn't give y'all the deal. So my husband said, after we got the divorce, ain't nobody gonna want you no way. You wanna put a nigga on a schedule. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, they said, yeah. I was tired. Monday. He said Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or Tuesday, 3 days a week.
Wait a
Here's the
minute.
deal. I got 3 children. I'm working 2 jobs. I'm going to college. I'm doing all this. All you doing is, I don't know.
So let me ask you a question. Did you have him on a schedule?
Oh,
Okay,
my
then.
God.
All right, hold up.
Somebody else schedule on.
I don't care.
Not seriously.
No. If we gonna go there,
Listen to me.
you
Not
can't.
seriously on a schedule. That's what he said.
But you was withholding it from him certain days when he wanted it.
I was asleep.
Baby,
You better wake your ass up and roll over.
Man, she better turn to the side.
You better hit that side, lay to the side.
Over with.
What the hell?
So this is
You think we care cause you tired? You think we ain't gonna want to get it cause you tired?
So
Hey.
this is why I said, and before I was on my way to class, and I told my friend, she said, girl, sit down, we got to drink a beer about this. You ain't gonna be studying. Here's the thing. I'm telling her, look, maybe it was my fault. I told him I was tired. Not only did I told him I was tired, take your ass on down somewhere else and get one.
Well, you gave him permission.
Oh, you gave him permission.
So
I would never.
We best friends to this day. You understand? Now, I wanted to address the lady that lost her husband. My mate of 22 years died 4 years ago. 4 years ago. So it took me to now to decide if I'm going to go out.
Right.
Talk to somebody. So you can't just step out, because it's going to be a lot of stuff remind you.
Right.
And there's going to be a lot of stuff you comparing.
Yeah, you wasn't
And
healed.
my daughter keeps saying, ain't gonna be another Sandy.
Yeah, right.
It ain't gonna be another Willie.
Right.
It ain't gonna be. So she right. So you can't expect that person. But I don't want nobody that I gotta always be, thinking and questioning.
What they doing?
It's me right now.
Right.
So there are some men the same way. I know a whole lot of women. Y'all excuse my friends, but they are WHORES.
They hoes.
Married. They don't care.
Now, what you call them, Queen 304s?
304.
They 304.
If their husband is not satisfying them, they literally tell me, girl, I'm going over so-and-so, and girl, and I'm going to take care of that business, and I'm going back. So it go both ways. It's not just the men.
Oh, we know it's not just the men.
It's the women, too. The thing is, you have to know yourself, and you got to learn the person. you.
Right.
Now me, let me just go and tell you this. I had my.
Come on, baby. We ain't got but 3 more minutes.
Okay, I had my daughter 18. Y'all talking about having sex on the first date. Right now, do you realize, first of all, you brought the couple. Anyway, there's so much going on until now.
You ain't doing it.
It's a no.
Okay.
You got to learn first.
All right.
So how do you
So-
please yourself as a single person if you don't sleep with nobody?
So
Toys ain't enough at some.
she said a couple of things that kind of hit home. And if you are in a hold up, y'all, hold up, y'all be respectful now. We gonna be respectful of each other. If you are in a relationship and you're married or you've been in a long-term relationship and you are withholding sex from your mate, whether it's because you tired, you just worked a double or triple, whatever the situation may be. If you want to get biblical, he said,
Be fruitful and multiply.
no, that you should not withhold, a wife or a husband, they should not would not hold sex from their mate because unless it's at a appointed time.
I don't want no tired twice.
Where you on that time.
I want that twice to be.
And so
Time now.
in 34 years, y'all, do I believe it was some times that my wife didn't want to do it? Absolutely. But do you think if I wanted to do it, I cared? Absolutely.
I don't want no twice.
All I did was don't do too much. I hear her saying, don't do too much, babe.
Hey, Tony gonna be
I hear her
sleeping on
saying,
the
don't do
couch.
too much, babe.
The boy gonna be sleeping on the couch.
But
I need some refresh coochie.
I'm pretty sure it was some times that where it wasn't like it wasn't mutual. It was as I wanted it or she wanted it. And as my husbandly duties, that was my duty to give it to her, whether I felt like it or not, and vice versa. So if you are in a relationship or married and you are not doing it, or you got your husband or your wife on a schedule,
Schedule is crazy.
somebody else is gonna get on them days that you can't perform or don't want to perform. Somebody, there you go.
Crazy.
Somebody else gonna be on them days. I'm just telling you. All right.
Schedule is crazy.
So this is a good one. If you have children, so probably on a couple people might be able to answer this. If you have children, how soon do you introduce your children when dating?
First of all, when I was my son even asked me, "Mama, do you even like men?" Because nobody ever came to the house, when he was home. I made sure he was either at my mom's house or his dad's house, or I just didn't bring people around him. He even asked me, did I work? Because when I made sure when I worked the shift where I could be there when he wake up and be there when he goes to sleep. So the question is, I made an arrangement as a parent. That's what's wrong with these kids now. They're not on parenting. They're on auto parenting. And parenting is 24/7, 365. And I don't care how old your child is, you're still going to parent. So the question is, I didn't bring anybody around my son. He didn't ask me the question do I even like me? And I'm like, of course. Well, Mom, they might have been around since Dad. Yeah, they've been around, but you just don't be here when they're around.
So is that just while you're dating, or if you I'm saying if you're dating, so let's say you're just randomly dating, but now you're starting to get into an official relationship. So at what point do you say, let me introduce you to little Johnny, or let me bring little Susie into the picture, because I feel like this relationship is getting a little serious.
After 6 months to a year.
Sometimes them children gonna tell you right off top how them dudes, how they gay live. Them children be smart. They know. Children.
Don't y'all listen to y'all children. They know about no dating relationship.
Okay,
I don't
man.
have kids.
That's how my folk can tell you that you ain't no good.
Don't you listen to your kid. You're gonna be unhappy for a long time.
All right.
And lonely.
That's what's wrong now. We don't want to listen to nobody.
I ain't finna listen to no child tell me about no grown folk business.
I'm not gonna say I'm gonna listen to a child. What you do is you pay attention.
Yes.
See, there
If
you
your
go.
child
Same
say
damn thing.
that
No, it ain't the same.
No, it's not.
It's not the same.
Because if I listen to you, that means whatever you say about this person, that's
Yeah.
what I get from it. I ain't got no other thoughts about it. I probably ain't gonna
You
deal with it
consider-
no more, whatever.
It's not gonna
But
do that.
it's not that I'm considering it. It's mentally noting it.
Yeah.
If you say it's something about that person that ain't right or I just don't know, I'm going to note that it's something you picked up that I may not have.
Yeah.
So with that being the case,
And you watch the interactions.
and I ain't even got to watch. It's just I'm an observing person anyway, so I'm going to pick up on certain things. So if it's something that I picked up that's already mentally noted, I'm be like, okay, my son mentioned this. And then this when okay, I'm paying attention to this. But it's not, I'm never going based off a child because what you also have to understand is sometimes children don't want you dating. Especially when you a single mama, they want you with their daddy, or they want you, they are children.
Yep.
They don't know the level of adults dating. They're children.
Right.
You can't tell me about no adult. You're going to stay in a child's place. I'm going to allow you to express yourself to a certain degree.
Right.
So I'm going to mentally note it, but I'm not finna, I ain't finna deal with
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, I think it's important, like, and when you do get to the point where you're introducing your child to someone that you're dating, that you really pay attention to the interactions with that person and your child. And you can figure out a lot of stuff because I've never understood how a single woman could leave her daughters or her girl children at home with a dude she's dating while she gone out doing something.
No, that's crazy.
What in the is going in your mind? Because you don't, especially if you don't know nothing about him.
That's right.
And you leave your daughter, and then the child come back, and then you slapping the dog upside the head. You lying, he ain't did that to you.
If you don't know nothing about him, he don't need to be around in no way.
Hello? So, 6 months to a year, is that a good time to introduce, or or is that one of those things that has to organically happen as well?
It had to organically happen.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking from experience because I'm a single father with a daughter. I had to realize, I had to make sure that the foundation was solid.
Right.
And y'all been tested in all seasons of life.
Right.
Then you got to ask the real question: do you like little boys? Do whatever you can do to get to know the person.
Right.
Until it feels right.
Right.
Within your heart,
Right.
within your spirit.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a person that I think, as it relates to children and being introduced in any situation, that it has to organically happen, because if you're trying to force a child, that his dad over here in his ear telling him something, or his mama over here in the ear telling him something, and go over there tell me what they doing over there. If you try to force the relationship, it's going to be horrible. You have to let those things organically take place. And there has to be some effort. If I'm dating a woman and we've been dating for a while, that child don't get to disrespect that woman, period. Or vice versa. He don't get to disrespect that man that I'm talking to or dating. And we allow a lot of stuff to happen, and we'll tell the man, don't say nothing to my child. It's your child, until he provide for that child. He buying stuff and providing the roof and all of this stuff is his child too. But it's only your child when he trying to say something or she trying to say something to correct them. If it's grown kids, first of all, I still ain't finna let my grown son come in the house and disrespect my fiance, my girlfriend, whatever. But my grown daughter come in. Right. If they're grown. That ain't none of their damn business. The hell you talking about?
Hey, if you ever watch Baby Boy,
Are they dating? Are they dating?
Mama
Are they
got a
married?
life too.
Well, hell, what they gonna tell you about you?
Mama got a life too.
They can't tell you no. Okay, we got 6 minutes, and I want to ask this last question. Do you have? Well, I'm gonna ask 2 questions. Do you have issues dating a person with a child? And if so, what is the limit of children, amount of children? And wait a minute. What is the amount of the number of children or the amount of baby daddy mamas?
You don't have any children. So let me go. But I'm gonna. For, to be honest with you, it don't matter to me. And I'm saying it because as long as there is structure, understanding, I don't have to deal with no drama. I don't have to deal with no problems. I'm cool with it because, for one, and that's why I was saying you don't have children. I have children. So I have 3 children.
But he might want to date he might want to date you, and you got children.
No,
so
hold on.
what's his limit of how many women how many children that he would accept in a date?
That's his personal perspective. So for me, if you can't date me if you can't accept my children, period. They come with me. So if you
but that ain't the question. The question is, how many children will you accept from a person that you're trying to date, or how many exes, baby mama, dad?
So my initial answer to that was it does not matter.
Okay.
Because
so you accept how many? It don't really matter to you.
I mean, you can't come with 10 kids. That's just shit now. God damn.
So you got a limit.
I mean, that's just extreme. But what I'm saying is, I don't.
He got 10 kids, 10 baby mamas.
Fuck no. Because I ain't finna be non-be-letting. But
10 kids, 10 baby mamas.
That's just too much. But what I'm saying is,
but
I don't have a limit.
If he got 3 kids and 2 baby mamas, you good with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit, I don't have a problem with that. I got 3 kids, they got 3 dads. And that's another problem.
That bad decision
women,
making. No.
Fuck you talking.
That man, stay with that one.
Women, now that's called experiencing and things just not going as planned. It happens. So my thing is,
I respect you, Bree.
You got what you
that's,
say?
that's a matter of
I
perspective.
respect it.
So some women, they got 3 kids, 4 kids, 4 different baby dads, but I don't want no nigga with no child. That's insane. How you gonna put a limit on somebody and you coming with all these kids? You know, I ain't obligated to be the father.
Would you take all your kids on the first date?
On the first date with a man?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No. I don't. I'm getting to know you myself.
Okay. So Tabo, same question. How many kids could a woman have, or how many baby daddies could she have before you said, nah, that's too many?
Damn, this is kind of a tough question because, you know, as we get older, you know, women around my age already have kids. So it's kind of a tough question to ask. So I'm going to do a situational base. So it's always a precaution when women have kids, you know. That baby daddy still might have feelings for his baby mama, or it could be a bitter baby daddy. It could be all these different type of situations, and I don't want to get myself in a situation where if I'm vibing with a woman and her baby daddy try to do something crazy to me, now you are a single mother, you know. So I don't want that to happen to this man. So the limit could be, I would say, if I had to put a number on just to ask your question, I would say 2. If I had to put an age on it, I would say at least 3 years and older. I feel like the infants, where if it's a couple months, 12 months, or 1 year, you still have a ties or
To that baby
to
dad,
that man.
Yeah.
So
Hold on. we're gonna let Mr. Peck answer this question next, and then we got 1 minute after he answers.
all right, say less amount.
Come on, Mr. Peck. Yeah.
About
How many,
babies.
if you was dating a woman, how many kids could she have and baby daddies could she have? Before you said hell no.
I really honestly wouldn't have no limit.
Dang.
Because
Well, you real.
just because one man planted the seed don't mean that I can't be the man to come along and help the water the seed.
Well, that's real modest of you. but-
And then because we putting limits on babies, but me for a man, I haven't been for the streets.
Mm-hmm.
So if you ask me how many women I've been with, you feel what I'm saying?
Ooh-wee. That number up there.
I see.
Yeah.
That number up there.
It might not produce a child, but hey.
That number up there.
Yeah,
That
so
body
what-
count high. Ain't it?
Cause I talk what I live. I don't
Right.
talk what I read.
Right,
You feel what
right.
I'm saying?
Woo.
I've been
You
on both
drop
sides
that,
of the
you
fence.
drop
I've
that,
been a
you drop
gentleman and a nigga that's for the streets. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But we don't have those discussions.
Yeah, that's real.
That's
Man,
real.
look, we got to get up out of here, but man, look, we want to thank our guests today, Miss Sparkle, Mr. Damien, Miss Monica, Miss Latavius, and Brene for being our special guests on today. We're going to have to run it back and do a part 2 because, y'all, I still had about 10 more questions I didn't get to. But I really appreciate you guys being honest and forefront and transparent about your situation and what you would accept and not accept while dating in the 21st century. I understand that dating is hard nowadays, especially the older we get. You got a lot of walls and stuff that you put up because you don't want to accept a lot of stuff. But this newfound dating and this new form of dating is something different, man. And so I encourage all of you guys, man, and I applaud all you guys for whatever standards that you have to uphold those standards and keep doing what you need to do to date safely. First of all, to date safely, respectably, and hopefully you'll find somebody like me, and you can be with them for the rest of your life. Ain't that right, babe? Or like Lavelle. Lavelle been married. How long you been married, Lavelle?
Be 24 years this year.
24 years. Yeah. Y'all come up with it. Queen, how long you been married? 1 month?
10 years. Don't do that.
10 years. Okay. 10 years. So even Queen been married to me. You know what I'm saying? So we got a little experience. We ain't got a lot, but we got a little experience up here. So again, we appreciate you guys, man. We thank you so much, man. Lavelle, close us out with a prayer.
We got to do some thanks, though. We do, thanks for our vendors.
Oh, yeah.
Our
Let me do that.
vendors.
Let's do that first. I want to thank all of my beautiful vendors for being here today. I can't even, Kamisha, Branch, Tony doing, Pierce is back in the back there. Monica, over at the man in
Our
the
volunteers,
mail,
our volunteers.
the 2 men in the hat table. What's Miss Williams back here? Who else? Oh, maybe my Clack fan, Missy over there with all the cat. You got Cowboy Clack fan? Where the Cowboy Clack fan is? Oh, she got Cowboy Clack fan. Where them fans at? Clack, clack, clack. Where them fans at? Anyway, thank you guys so much. Look at, there you go, clacking them. We got our fan clackers in the building. But we appreciate all of you guys for being here, all of our vendors. Look, special thanks, Miss Williams, with the candles, that Williams? Charisma, I'm sorry. You hear that? She got, man, them candles, y'all, when you walk through the door, you smell them candles.
Yeah.
She got them candles on. It look like a dessert, don't it? I almost wanted to eat some of it. But anyway, we got some candles. But we appreciate you for being here. Look, I want to give some special shouts out, man. I want to give a special shout out to Miss Alfreda Esther. When I tell you that woman, I know well husband, where Lee was at? Lee was probably been like, this woman drive me crazy. But Miss Alfreda stepped in, y'all, and just went ham, just helping us. Appreciate it. Man, want to give a shout out to our bartender, my daughter, Tasia. Shout out to the bartender. Y'all make sure you tip your bartender. I want to give a special shout out to my wife, man. Look, a lot of what y'all see is because of her. I was forgetting stuff left and right. Me and Lavelle couldn't think of everything. She was like, what about this, babe? What about this? What about this? So shout out to her, man, for just keeping us on task, keeping us on point. Special shout out, man, to my 2 co-hosts. First of all, Mr. Lavelle Salter, DJ One Love Salter. Man, I couldn't do what I do every day without Lavelle. And man, our newest addition, man, Queen been with us a few months now, but I tell you, she be clocking that T every day, man. Y'all make sure y'all tune in Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. for the 2 Men in Hat podcast with your host with the most, Tony Mays, Lavelle Salter. Pray us out, my guy.
All right. All minds and hearts clear. Let us pray. Most gracious eternal God, our Father, Lord God, we thank you for this day. Thank you for this time. Thank you for this fellowship. Lord, we thank you for keeping us safe in the storm while we was doing what we was doing as far as our event. Continue to touch everyone that has blessed us on this day. And we actually do this in your daughter's son, Jesus' name. And we said amen.
Amen. We'll see y'all Monday morning, same bat time.
Same bat place.
2 Men in Hats. Let's talk about it.
Too Many Hats podcast with your hosts with the most, Tony and Lavelle. Every morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We also have Queen Watkins with Clock That He. Tune in with us and have a great time. Let's talk about it right here. Too Many Hats podcast.